Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, you guys. In today's video, we are talking all things about motivation. And this is because this is one of the biggest things that I feel like I have leveled up in, as well as my clients have leveled up in, and is really getting down to what motivation is and how you can really tackle it, because I hear so often,
I just don't feel motivated today, or I don't feel motivated to do that.
I'm just not motivated.
I hear it time and time again. So I'm going to share with you my number one hack to being more motivated in your day-to-day and in your life. And I'm going to share with you some other tips as to how you can start being more motivated starting today. So without further ado, let's get into it. So just to define motivation, I'm going to put up the definition that motivation is the reason for which humans and other animals initiate, continue, or terminate a behavior at a given time. When we're talking about goals, it can also be the process that initiates, guides, and maintains goal-oriented behaviors. And in this video, we're not going to really talk about, where motivation comes from, where that desire really comes from. I want to talk more about the tactical things that you can be implementing today to be more motivated. And this all stems from kind of a mindset switch to have when it comes to motivation. And that mindset switch that I want to instill in you is that motivation is not a feeling to have, rather it is a feeling to generate. We don't wake up and automatically are feeling motivated like we would feel happy or content or sad. Rather, motivation is something to generate and a place to get to, a feeling to get to and embody. Meaning you have to do something in order to get that motivation. So, like I said, motivation is a feeling to generate, not a feeling that you're already going to have or to have, right? When you start to look at it this way, I want to introduce to you kind of a loop that you can be thinking about when it comes to motivation. I'm going to credit the original person I got this from a tweet. This definitely changed the game for me, and I want to pass it on through you because I've seen it work so well for me. Now, when looking at this loop and looking at the idea of motivation being a feeling to have, we tend to think that we need the motivation in order for us to take action. We see the progress, and then that motivates us to do it again. But when we're looking at motivation as something to generate, that means we need to do something in order to generate that motivation. So we're going to rework it a little bit and look at taking action first, then seeing progress, and then motivation is then created to allow us to keep doing it and keep taking that action. And just to give you an example of this, right? The number one case that I see this with is like working out, going to the gym, whatever it may be. And in this scenario, right, we're waiting to be motivated in order to go to the gym and then see that progress of going to the gym, feeling good in the gym, whatever. And that will motivate us to go again. But if you are already having a hard time feeling that motivation, you're never going to go to the gym. But when we focus on the actual taking action, right? So taking the action of going to the gym or getting a workout in or even going for a walk will allow us to feel that progress, and then we will feel that motivation to keep going. I'm sure my other fellow gym people can agree. Once we get in the flow of going to the gym, we are highly motivated to keep going and keep making progress in that gym, because we've already taken the action to go and we're already feeling that progress, and that is why we keep coming back. And of course, you have other reasons. As you continue to develop in taking that action, your why becomes better for doing it. You have more benefits or pros to doing it. That really allows you to be even more motivated by it. So by keeping this loop in mind of taking action first, then seeing progress, and then you will be motivated, what tends to happen is a problem of you not being able to take action. You're not an unmotivated person. You're just unable to take action. You're not an actionable person, which usually boils down to some other things, right? And you have to kind of narrow down what is really going on here that is prohibiting you from taking action. Sometimes it can be you just don't know what to do, you don't know how to do it, or you don't feel supported in doing it, or you're unsure about it. Like, there might be some things that are blocking you from taking action. And that's where you can really ask yourself, why am I unable to take action? Am I just having a hard time finding a point in my day to do it? Or do I need to hire a coach or a trainer to help me execute this? Do I need to ask for more information or do more research? For me, when I am feeling like I'm not able to take action on something, it's usually because it feels super intimidating. So I need to take smaller actions in order for me to feel that motivation. By taking those smaller actions, I'm able to see some progress being made, and then that motivates me to do it, right? This happens a lot with like cleaning. I hate cleaning, like everyone probably does, but I just do, 5 minutes of cleaning. And even though I'm not happy cleaning, I get in a sort of flow because I start making progress in that 5 minutes, and then I end up cleaning the whole house. You can start to figure out what might be causing some of those issues for you, and then start to plan around it and troubleshoot it, which if we want a part 2 to this, I can definitely walk you through some scenarios and how you can combat it, but you can really find out, do you just need to take a smaller step? Do you need to hire someone to help you? Do you need to do more research? Do you need to just plan better for it, right? Find the right time for it for you. And maybe that can help alleviate what goes on in that phase so that you can start taking action. Then there are some issues sometimes in the progress phase, right? And this can tend to be because you aren't seeing the progress being made that you would like to see. Maybe you're not giving yourself enough credit, or you're also not rewarding yourself as much. And you also could be putting yourself in a burnout and also not taking rest from it, right? There are some times where we need to take rest days from the gym, or we need to take a rest from our routines just to kind of like reset and come back to it. I think most commonly though, a lot of people fall out of this phase because they're not satisfied with the progress that has been made, or they deem it as not enough, which I am always in the court of celebrating wherever you are at and believing that that is good enough, and progress is progress. Getting up and going for a 5-minute walk is better than not doing it at all. I think it's better to honor that progress and celebrate that progress and know that as you keep going, you will build up, right? I think we just are so in the mindset of not being a beginner, or we're worried about failing, that we'd rather not try at all. This is definitely something to keep in mind if you feel like you do get in a good momentum and then all of a sudden you fall off. But knowing that you can always come back to taking action and seeing that progress is really helpful to know that if you can just take that little 1% action, it will help better than not doing it at all. Where we go from here is just some final tips as to how you can really stay motivated. The first one is just finding ways to take action, even if it's 1% of that action. How can you just do a tiny step so you feel that progress, and then that motivates you to keep doing it again? Whether it's 5 minutes at the gym, a 5-minute walk, reading for a minute, reading 1 page, 2 pages, or just doing something a little differently than what you were doing before so you get into the habit of it. When people are trying to add more things into their routine, I say it's better to add one thing versus trying to do a whole routine that you're not used to. So how can you just take that baby step forward, be 1% better, and just get on that path to motivation? The second tip that I think is super important is understand what you're doing and what you need to be successful in what you're doing, but also why are you doing it? Are you really the gym type person, or do you feel like you should be doing that, right? What if you are more of the yoga type person or a spin class type person? I think it's important to honor that what works for everyone may not work for you, and it's really important to understand why you're doing it for yourself. And I'm not just talking about the gym. That is just a very easy scenario for me to do. But if you want to wake up at 5 a.m., do you actually want to do that, or you want to do that because you saw it on TikTok? You know what I mean? Some people are just not meant to wake up that early, or are designed to wake up that early. So really making sure you know why you are doing it, and then also what you need to be successful in what you are doing. The third one is planning out your actions. I want to do a video on time blocking, so let me know if you would like to do that. But you can't say that you are going to do something but then not plan for it. Time blocking is really helpful, or using a planner or a to-do list or something to plan out what you're going to be working on and how you're going to work on it. And setting that time aside means you are more likely to do it than just having it up in your head of like, okay, yeah, I said I was going to do this. You probably won't do it when the time comes, but when you put it physically in a planner, on a calendar, you are probably more than likely to do it and follow through on it. And the final tip I have for staying motivated is take breaks as necessary. It is so important to take breaks, especially for something that you are continuously going to be including in your lifestyle or working on or doing. it is so important to take breaks and to come back to it with a fresh mindset and fresh energy. So I really recommend trying to rest and take breaks when you can so you avoid burnout, and then also reward yourself along the way. You know, if you go to the gym twice a week consistently for a month, reward yourself somehow. And it doesn't have to be a cheat meal or anything, but it could be something like new running shoes or a workout outfit. If you say that you're going to read one book a month and you do it for 2 months in a row, 3 months in a row, what can you do to reward yourself for that? This helps you just feel like you are making progress in other ways, and you're also rewarding yourself and celebrating yourself for the progress you have made, and that will continue to motivate you too. I could go on and on talking about taking action and motivation and everything like that, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know how this resonated for you. Leave me a comment down below. If you did like today's video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join our very vibey family. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.